Hello and welcome. We've got another great episode here for you on the Canopy product. I'm so excited to talk to you today about leveraging data insights to empower your business model. My name is John Mitchell, and I'm, as always, with my friend Darren today. Darren?
Hey, John, you ready to go today?
Ready to go. Let's talk about insights.
Let me set this up just a little bit. So, when you say leveraging data insights to empower your business model, I just want to be clear on how we define a business model. So It is, who you want to serve. So you're going to leverage insights to understand who you want to serve, what you want to sell them, right? The products that you sell, and how you want to deliver that, the technologies that get used to deliver those services. So when we say leveraging data insights to empower your business model, that's what we're talking about.
Yeah, the who, the what, and the how. It's something we've been talking about for a really long time, just to bring some simplicity to your business model. The truth is, the part of the reason we're involved with Canopy is because we are so dedicated to getting the business model right in your firm. And we believe this product allows you to follow your business model along, and Insights is no exception.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people think of Insights, John, as reporting in a lot of ways. It's how you get the information that's being accumulated inside of, your firm.
Yeah.
How do you get insight into that? Things like how productive the firm is, what products are being sold, what's the realization, by staff person, by client, by product, all of that kind of stuff. That's what we mean by insights here.
Well, let's talk about some of those kinds of insights. What was it like when you were practicing? I never want to make you feel old, but back when you were using stone tablets
this way if you wanted to get the
what kinds of things were you recording? What kinds of things were you getting insights on at that point? And how is that translated into what we're doing now?
Really, when we put practice management into our practice a number of years back, it was largely, time and billing and projects and tasks. So the kind of reports that you could get was really, how much time was being spent on a client, which I think is potentially important. And so how you were realizing time off of that, what your billings were like. And, you'd go run these reports. They were always reports being generated, and then maybe, what work has been done and what work was yet to be done. So, it was literally those four things, and you'd go run a report and then you'd go down through them. So, in today's world, that feels a bit archaic, and in a product like Canopy, you can have this information at your fingertips, on a dashboard. And that's a huge difference, John.
Of course, all of that information is driven by capturing that data, getting it accurate, getting it all in one place. One of the things that I love most about this tool is that it takes what is often a pretty disparate set of data points coming from all different kinds of point solutions, and it brings them all under one house, and it says, here's your data, all of your data when it comes to this. And to me, that just brings this simplicity that makes me want to use this data to do something.
Yeah, essentially inside of Canopy, John, you can, they've built this engine that allows a report to be generated or a dashboard to be generated on essentially any field that data can be captured on inside the system. So it makes it incredibly powerful. So if there's a field in the system, you can report on it. And that makes it really, really powerful.
Let's talk just a little bit about the different kinds of data that we're collecting in an accounting firm. This is something that I think is a really important discussion, because the more cognizant and more aware of the data that we can be, the better we are at capturing it. We often talk about data being everywhere. It's almost like it's this invisible thing that's floating around your firm. And what Canopy does is gives you a place to collect it, to absorb it, and to put it in. But I think it's still really important to talk about what types of data that we are capturing.
Yeah, I think traditionally the types of data that have been captured, for the last 25 years in accounting firms has been around firm productivity. If we look at firm productivity as a type of data, that's what we've been used to capturing. But I want to add to that technology data. So
Hmm.
technology data is the data on the technologies that your clients are using. So is this client
Yeah.
using QBO? Are they using QB desktop? If so, where's that file at? And what
Hmm.
version is it? That's kind of technology data. And the reason that's important is you try to move all of your clients into your technology business model, sort of the back to business model, who, what, and how. This is the how
Hmm.
piece,
This is the how.
right? And we want to collect that data so that our team can move those clients into the tech stack that our firm wants to support, which will make you more efficient and more effective. So technology data is one type. The type of data that seems to really swirl around accounting firms with no way of capturing it, it seems like, is the business, the soft data.
Yeah.
Like is you may know things like, oh, is this client a partnership? But the things that live in people's heads are things like, do they have a buy sell agreement? If they have a
Hmm.
buy sell agreement, is that buy sell agreement funded? So those are concepts of soft data that lives around a firm, but it's the technology data in the business soft data that allows you to make clients better. It's where advisory services really start coming in,
Hmm.
because if I know I have a partnership as a client and I know they don't have a buy sell agreement, that's an opportunity to make that client better. Or if I know they have a buy sell agreement, but I know it's not funded, that's an opportunity for advisory services. So, all these kinds of data are super important to capture in a firm. And then you want to be able to report on those different types of data. Again, like I said, what technologies aren't the clients using or are using? But then how profitable is this client as you start thinking about curating your text or your client list into the kind of clients that are ideal clients for you? That client data and how you measure ideal clients is super important. Does that make sense?
It does. Darren, when I think about all this data too being leveraged, we use that word leveraging in the title. And then the word empower, like literally to impart power on. I mean, basically what we're doing is saying, how can we use this data to go deeper with our best customers? And that's
Yeah.
something you and I've talked about for a while because, man, we get so spread thin in accounting firms when we just serve whoever comes in the door, when we just serve the next person in front of us, instead of saying, who is our best customer and how deep can we go with them? And the only way to really know that throughout the firm is to be able to see that in one place. And that's
Yeah.
what I love about the way Canopy has set this up.
In my experience, John, running a firm and in talking to accounting firms, most firms are really a mile wide and an inch deep because
Mm,
the time is a limited resource, and the amount of time that a firm and their team, the entire firm spends, uh, is mostly spent doing compliance related
yeah.
work because that's all they have time for because
Mm,
it's such a limited resource. On the other side of this is what the client wants from the firm. What the client wants from the firm is for the firm to really be thinking about them as a client and making sure they're holistically served. So there's always this sort of inconsistent or non-congruent pieces, of the firm that need to be reconciled so that the firm has the time, the data to holistically serve the customers because that's really what the customer wants.
man, it's so well said, Darren. Well, I can't say it any better than that. I want to jump in and actually see the product, the insight side of the Canopy tool. And there's no better person to do that than our friend Armin. Armin is going to give us a little bit of a demo, show you through insights, and then we'll come back and wrap up a little bit with how we believe this can best affect your firm.
Perfect.
Let's talk about our Insights module and how Canopy helps you track your KPIs, manage reports, and see exactly what's going on at the heart of your firm. Navigating to Insights here, Canopy gives you the ability to create all of your own custom reports and dashboards. We pull in all the different data points from the different modules that are inside Canopy and allow you to go through and select any of those data points that you want and format your own custom reports. Not only do we give you the ability to format custom reports, but we've built live boards and report templates that can be used for your firm right out of the box. These templates and dashboards that we're going to show can be customized further if you want to add additional KPIs or metrics, or you can use them as is. Jumping into the billing realization report that we have, this quickly allows me to analyze a realization summary client by client so I can see how profitable we are, how much we're billing, and are we making or losing money on our overall clients. If you drill down into the clients, you can see the team members that are spending time across the client base and how efficient they're being. Navigating through the different fields that we have in this report, you'll notice I have the ability to aggregate, filter, and sort the different fields that are available. This allows you to quickly sort and see who your most profitable or least profitable clients are if you plan on making changes in the future. Across the top, you'll also notice that I can quickly filter this report into service items so I can see what my most profitable services are. I can filter the report by team members so I can see how each team member is doing across the different services that we offer. And I can also filter this by tasks so I can see how we're doing across our work. Are we being efficient? And are we making money for the company as far as what we need to be doing? Canopy also has a budgeted versus actual report that was recently built in and added that I wanted to share. This report does a good job of highlighting how many tasks are active in the firm, how much time has been budgeted across these tasks and jobs, and how much time we have left to complete the jobs that we are actively working on. This report goes in and gives me a weekly budgeted report, a monthly budgeted report, and an annual budgeted report. You can see across the report, it's going to show total budgeted hours, available budgeted hours, budgeted utilization percentage, actual hours, actual available hours, and then actual utilization percentage. This is assuming based on a 40-hour work week or a 175-hour work month. We make it really easy to create different reports as we can slice and dice the data in different ways and help you track all of the KPIs that are relevant to your firm. These reports are just sample reports, some sample reports of dashboards that we've made available to you. You can create your own or further customize the reports that we have in Canopy.
Thanks, Armin. Man, Darren, the power there. That word empower really comes out when you see what all this tool can do and really just what capturing the data in your firm can provide for your team, can provide for that clarity that your customer is looking for in the way that you serve them.
Yeah, I just think that if you're watching if you just watched Armin's demo, it's important to see that, firm productivity is still an important piece of your firm-wide operating system. It is, as is realization, and those things are accounted for in the platform. But then also, client productivity, such an important factor as you go after those ideal clients. And then this idea of budgeting versus actual. And you can see that Canopy really has done a fantastic job of bolstering and creating, a world-class insights tool.
Fantastic. Darren, I've got a conversation on a monthly basis with an accountant friend of ours named Terry, who talks about being a mile wide and an inch deep in his firm. That's where that phrase comes from. And It reminds me that when I talked to him last, he talked about leveraging data in his firm and what it means to his firm, but also what it means to his team and to him himself. He said, I've been doing this a really long time and I feel re-energized by going deeper. He has been frustrated his whole career with this idea of advisory services, and capturing that data is the gap between being able to pull off advisory services and just talk about it.
It is, John. And I do believe that, Canopy is a tool that can help people like Terry do this.